Have you ever felt that flash of anger, that heat that rises up when things don't go your way? It's like a storm inside you, and before you know it, you've said or done something you regret. We've all been there. Today, we're going to talk about a story that might just change the way you think about that storm. It's a story about a girl named Riya and how she discovered a superpower we all have but rarely use: emotional intelligence. Riya was a bright 15-year-old, smart, confident, and a star student. But she had an Achilles heel: her temper. If you disagreed with her, she'd snap. If friends teased her, she'd get defensive. And if her parents interrupted her while she was on her phone, "Why can't you just leave me alone?" she'd shout. Her anger was a shield, but it was also a wall, pushing people away. It's a familiar feeling, right? That instinct to lash out when we feel challenged or annoyed. One ordinary school morning turned into a pivotal moment for Riya. Her group was about to give a major science presentation. Riya had poured her heart into it, designing every slide and practicing her lines to perfection. She was ready, but just moments before they were set to go on stage, disaster struck. Her teammate Arav, while making a last-minute edit, accidentally deleted several crucial slides. Riya froze. A cold knot of disbelief formed in her stomach, quickly followed by a hot rush of pure rage. All her hard work gone in a click. Her voice, sharp as glass, cut through the classroom's buzz. "How could you be so careless?" she yelled. Every head in the room swiveled in their direction. The world seemed to stop. Arav's face flushed a deep, painful red. He looked like he wanted the floor to swallow him whole. The air crackled with tension. Just then, their teacher, Mrs. Mira, approached them calmly. Her voice was a gentle anchor in the storm of Riya's anger. "Riya," she said softly, but with a weight that commanded attention, "you have a choice right now. You can either focus on fixing the mistake, or you can make it worse with your anger. What will you choose?" Mrs. Mira's words hung in the air. For the very first time, Riya actually heard herself. She heard how loud her voice had been, how sharp and hurtful. She saw Arav staring at his shoes, crushed by her outburst. She felt the heavy silence of the entire class, watching, waiting. It was like seeing herself from the outside, and she didn't like the person she saw. In that moment, something shifted inside her. Instead of another angry retort, she took a shaky, deep breath. The kind of breath that feels like you're pulling yourself back from a ledge. She said nothing, not a single word. She simply walked back to the laptop, her hands still trembling slightly, opened the file, and found the undo button. Click. The slides reappeared. Slowly, methodically, she fixed the formatting. The storm inside her was still raging, but on the outside she chose calm. The presentation began. While a part of her was still simmering, she pushed through, delivering her lines clearly and confidently. They did it. And you know what? It went well. The world hadn't ended. After they finished, Arav approached her, his voice quiet and sincere. I'm really sorry, Ria. I honestly didn't mean to mess it up. A small, genuine smile touched Ria's lips. It was a breakthrough. It's okay, she replied. I should have stayed calm. To admitting her own fault felt surprisingly good. It was like releasing a pressure valve she didn't even know was turned on. That evening, Ria recounted the entire chaotic episode to her mum. She expected a lecture or maybe an "I told you so." Instead, her mum listened patiently, a thoughtful expression on her face. When Ria finished, her mum said something that would stick with her forever. "Do you realize what you did today, Ria? That's emotional intelligence. You felt angry, a perfectly normal feeling. But you didn't let that anger control you. You chose your response. That, my dear, is real strength. Real strength." The words echoed in Ria's mind as she lay in bed that night. It wasn't about being the loudest person in the room or always being right. It was about control. Not control over others, but control over herself. She thought about all the times she'd let her anger speak for her, the friendships she'd strained, the hurt feelings she'd caused, all because she didn't know how to handle the storm inside. That day was a turning point. Ria decided to make small, conscious changes. It wasn't about suppressing her feelings, but about managing them. A week later, when her younger brother accidentally broke her favorite pair of earphones, the familiar heat started to rise. But this time, she paused. She took a deep breath, just like she did in the classroom. "It's okay," she said, her voice even. "Just please be more careful next time." The relief on his face was immediate. When a friend didn't reply to her text for hours, her mind started to spin with anxious thoughts. Is she ignoring me? Is she mad at me? But then she caught herself. She took another breath and told herself, maybe she's just busy. Don't jump to conclusions. Later, her friend replied, apologizing for being caught up in a family dinner. Before a big exam, the usual wave of anxiety washed over her. Her heart started to pound, but instead of panicking, she spoke to herself with a newfound kindness. "I've prepared for this. I've done the work. I can handle this." And she did. These small moments, these little choices, began to add up. Slowly but surely, the people around her noticed. Her friends started confiding in her more, knowing they'd get a thoughtful response instead of a negative reaction. Her teachers praised her in parent-teacher meetings, calling her mature and a leader. At home, the atmosphere became lighter. Ria, her parents would say with a smile, "You've become so patient lately." The house felt more peaceful, and so did she. Ria finally understood. True strength isn't about flexing your muscles or winning every argument. It's not about being loud or proving you're right. Real strength is quiet. It's the ability to feel a powerful emotion like anger or frustration and choose to respond with grace. It's found in the pause between a trigger and a reaction. It's about being calm when it's hard and being kind when you least feel like it. The moral of Ria's story is a powerful one for all of us. Real power lies in emotional intelligence. It's the ability to understand your own feelings, to manage the storms of anger and anxiety, and most importantly, to treat others with empathy and understanding even when they make mistakes. It's a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. But it's the one skill that can truly transform your relationships and your life. So, the next time you feel that storm brewing inside, remember Riya. Remember to pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what will I choose? Will you choose to fuel the storm, or will you choose calm? The choice is always yours. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this story with me today. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about growth and self-discovery. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Until next time, be kind to yourself and to others.